Check out what the satisfied Dan Gemus real estate team clients are saying about working with the Dan Gemus team. Visit dangemus.com.
I got to thank you for being a voice of reason in a sea of insanity.
Now back to the Dan Gemus Real Estate Show on AM800.
Okay, it's time to give away the gift card for the Richmond Popcorn Company. Joyce, you've got the screen. Who takes home the $50 gift card?
Darlene Kennedy.
All right, Darlene,
Congrats.
Congratulations. Yes, producer Crowd will be in touch with all of the details. $50 for the Richmond Popcorn Company. You can find all the flavors, over 30 of them, on the website at richmondpopcorn.com. The store is right next to our real estate office in Amherstburg. They deliver across Windsor and Essex County as well. So lots of options. Make sure you check out all the new holiday flavors as well. Lots of yummy stuff going on there at the Richmond Popcorn Company. Okay, it's time for our landlord tip with Patrice Surette from Goldmar Property Management. Hey, Patrice, how are you?
Good. How are you guys?
Fantastic. Thank you. We have a great topic today. What are we talking about?
I think I want to talk about just accuracy of paperwork
Yes.
and the importance of that, when things get busy. And, you guys could talk about that, too, with real estate, right? Just everything is a legal document when you have someone sign it, right?
Yep.
So with landlord-tenant the way it is and the delays the way they are, what we're seeing, adjudicators are really, really, really being tough on paperwork. So we've seen cases that we've waited 9-10 months for, and I say we, but just in general, and they go to a hearing, and the adjudicator throws it out because there's an error in the postal code, right?
That's criminal.
So
That is criminal, in my opinion. Sorry.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm going to
But what
soapbox.
they say is that they can't say for sure that the tenant would have received their copy, right? Because if the postal code's wrong, in theory, it may not have been delivered, right? So they've actually thrown it out. And we used to be, when you're looking for a postal code for a property, Google is what everyone thinks, but you actually have to go on Canada Post website because oftentimes Google is wrong for a postal code. So something like that would get, and it depends on the adjudicator, but that could possibly be thrown out. You have to start all over again. They don't make exceptions. They just dismiss it because it's considered a critical error. Spelling mistakes in the tenant's name, including one person, but there's really two on the lease. You've forgotten the second person. That's a critical error. So there's all sorts of things that truly, minute details do matter. So it's more important to take your time to fill out the paperwork properly, check the spelling, check your postal codes. Obviously, your calculations important when it's rent arrears, but some of those other things as well. One other kind of like that, in our leases, you're allowed to get tenants to sign up for email consent, which means they're agreeing to receive legal notices through email, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have to mail it, you don't have to hand deliver it. But it's important that you, again, have to make sure that email address is correct. Because if that email address is incorrect, they will say that they never received copies of the N4 or their notice of hearing or something like that, and it would get rejected as well. So very important for email. And also we've seen where we have 3 people on a lease and only 2 people's names were on the email consent in the lease. Therefore, the third person didn't get it. Also considered a critical error because, a third of the party that's supposed to attend that hearing could say they never received their notice. So,
Jeez.
yeah, it's interesting right now. And, with all the delays and things, but they are absolutely making you reschedule. And sometimes you're waiting another 7-8 months because you're literally starting back with your N4. Right from the, yeah.
Are you seeing an improvement in the delays at all, or is it still just as it was?
A little bit. Like, we're not seeing them a year, right? We're seeing them more, but they're still, 5-6 months out, which is still completely crazy. I don't know if we'll ever get back to the 4 to 6 weeks. And even when it was 4 to 6 weeks before COVID, we could see clear to an eviction within 8 weeks usually. So worst case, the landlord might be out a month's rent by the time you use last month's rent, so, and even then it was upsetting. But now we're seeing still 5-6 months even to get before an adjudicator. And that doesn't include waiting for the order. If we get the order, you have to hire the sheriff after that. So the process still, all in all, could be anywhere for 8 to 9 months.
I don't know how there hasn't been a class action lawsuit to be quite serious because
I've heard of it.
I look at in our scenario again. We had one tenant that because of delays with the adjudicator and the adjudicator not filing the paperwork, whatever, owed $15,000.
Yep.
By the time all was said and done, all because it took so long to get the court dates.
Yep.
You know.
Exactly. And he
so how do you
there.
exactly free?
Yep. Yep,
and
free.
so great. Now we're out $15,000, but some investors that if they're a mom and pop shop that just have one property, that will bankrupt people. It has. Right. It's been bankrupting people.
It has.
So I don't know how it's even.
They're selling their properties with a tenant who's in limbo for non-payment. So then the value of the property, obviously, someone's inheriting that problem.
Just sad. The whole thing's just sad.
Yep, it is. It's really sad, and it's and this is why it's extra frustrating, to have something that's a clerical error, so to speak, get it set back and thrown right back out, and you have to start all over again.
100%.
Yep.
So
if everyone can just make sure you use Canada Post website to make sure even if you think you know your postal code of your rental unit, maybe you don't, right? Because you don't get your mail there, and Google is often wrong. It's wrong by the side of the street or one unit out. But check your Canada Post because that's what we're seeing the most is postal codes. If you're mailing your documents, right? Email consent. If you're emailing, make sure the emails are right. Make sure the names are spelt right. The address of the unit. Sometimes people forget. You just put a unit. You forget to put upper, lower, rear. And that's considered a critical area because that's not their address. And it could have been mailed to the wrong unit.
Boy, oh boy.
Unlikely.
Well,
that's what they're...
No, that's what I'm saying. Yep, 100%. If anyone has any questions, how do they reach out to the Goldmar team?
They can call the office, 519-252-5010, or you can reach us on our website at goldmar.ca.
Fantastic, Patrice. Thanks as always. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
That's Patrice Surette, owner of Goldmar Property Management. Lots of great tips there, but pretty scary. It's sad. Now, speaking of scary, but very relaxing... I think of it as scary. Aaron on the show yesterday talked to us a little bit about your experience in a float.
Sensory deprivation chamber. There's two locations locally, one in LaSalle and one in Lakeshore. So you go into these pods filled with Epsom salt waters.
Almost like the show Alien and movie Alien.
Kind of, something like that. But you go in and I would say there's probably like 1.5-ish foot of water, maybe a little more, maybe a little less.
Oh, so it's not that deep.
No, it's not super deep. You're not going to drown. So you go in and it's a forced float because of the salt. So you don't have to tread water or anything like that.
What if you're heavy?
You just float. You just float. Listen. You just float. That's all I can say. I don't know the science behind it. You just float. And you have this nice little headrest and you have the option to put lights on or play a soft music. Aaron played the music. I like silence. So I just went into silence and I just closed my eyes. And at first my mind was running and I thought, okay, this is going to be a long hour. But after about a minute to 2 minutes, I completely just fully relaxed. And though I should add, the water is internal body temperature. So you are one with the water.
Aaron said the same thing. You're one with the water.
I don't even know how else to explain it. It is something that everybody needs to experience. Afterwards, my body was in this complete balanced sort of Zen state for hours. It felt amazing. Better to me. I love massages, don't get me wrong, but to me, this was right up there, arguably better than a massage. My muscles just felt so relaxed. I want to go back tomorrow.
Did you get a free float for this mention or?
No, I didn't. But I should. But everybody should try it. It's fantastic.
I'm very curious at this point.
So amazing.
Okay. We'll have a team event. How many pods do they have?
I think there was only 2.
You're all in your own room.
Yeah, we're not sharing pods. Husband and wife, I'm sure could, but no.
Are they big? These pods? How big?
Are
your arm is stretched out?
I would say they're maybe 3 or 4 feet wide, but they're domed on the top. So it's not like you're in a
and they close
coffin
the dome?
state. They close. Yes, the lid closes and you're in the dark and you wear plugs as well.
Okay.
So like you really get that sensory deprivation.
Sure.
So it's dark, you can't hear, you're just floating, and it's wild. It's like you're on a cloud. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just
Okay.
this very
All right.
cool.
I'll try the
Cass and I are
clamshell.
gonna-
That's all right.
Leave the show today
Just
and
do
go dream
it.
about
Just do it.
Check it out. Awesome. Well, thanks for the update, Joyce. It's awesome. Sounds really cool. Listen, we're out of time, and we're going to go off and float. And, what the heck? Give it a shot. If you have any questions about anything you hear on the show, or if you want a free home market evaluation, you know how to reach out to us. You can call us 7 days a week at 519-566-5565. You can also find us on our website at dangemus.com. Cassie, Joyce, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you.
Joyce, you're hosting next Saturday.
I am,
I'm
yes.
back. I'm back on Sunday, but we're here every Saturday and Sunday from noon to 1 here on AM 800. See you soon.